Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another Planmas video. Today I'm sharing my September monthly highlights, and this is a kit from Planning World. I originally meant for this to be an ASMR video because I just posted my first 2 weeks of September, so I didn't want to be redundant, but while I was filming, I didn't realize that my mic was on mute. So when I went back to check the audio, everything was silent. So instead, I decided to do a Q&A video. But before I start answering questions, if you have any questions about where any of the stickers are from or my process or any experience or highlight that I put down, please feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer you there. All right, so for the questions, I got a lot of job-related questions, a lot of travel-related questions, and then some other miscellaneous ones. And I'll do my best to answer them all, but if I have any that I miss, I'll answer them in a future video. So the first topic is job searching in my career. So I think I'll group the questions together and then try to answer it all at once because I think they're all related. So the first question is, how's career job searching? And the second one is, how is your job search different from your degree? And the last one is, what is your new job related to and what do you do? So I studied computer science in college, and the traditional path, I guess, would be software development and software engineering, which is something I might consider for a future role, but at the moment I really want to do something a little bit more high level, but also related to my degree. So I'm looking into product management at the moment for my career. And that, well, product management specifically in tech, which is where my technical degree comes in. So it's not completely unrelated to my degree, it's just a little bit removed from it, if that makes sense. So product management is a little bit more high level. You get to touch on all aspects of creating a product, developing it, and sending it out onto the market. So basically for my job search, I've been looking into roles that would allow me to build experience to go into product management, as well as applying for product management roles. And a lot of the feedback that I was getting was that I didn't have enough industry work experience. So that's where my current internship comes in. And I'm really, really excited to have this opportunity because there aren't many companies out there that take interns who have already graduated from college. So as for what I'm doing right now, this is like a business analyst internship at a tech consulting company. I don't want to get too specific for privacy reasons, but a lot of my responsibilities are definitely related to what I would be doing as a product manager. So it's really exciting to be learning and using these technologies that other companies have asked me about in previous interviews. So it's definitely a really valuable experience for me. Let's see, did I answer those questions? Yes. So the next set of questions, well, actually, let me answer this really quickly. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's really hard to answer that question. I feel like I think I got asked that in my latest interview, and career-wise, definitely as a product manager or doing something that allows me to build something creative within technical boundaries, because I really like and thrive in that space between function, form, and design. So if that makes sense. So definitely I want to be doing something fulfilling in that respect. And then personally, I just hope to be a better and more well-rounded version of myself, a more sure version of myself, whatever that looks like in 5 years. In 5 years I'll be 31. So I hope to be more sure of myself at that age. That's really all I ask for of myself. Okay, so the next set of questions are travel related, and I have a couple questions on where I'm going next. So where's next on your solo travel bucket list, and what is your next trip? And when is the next time you and your ohana will be back on the island of Maui? Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's just my answer right there. Actually, my graduation present to myself was supposed to be a trip to Maui, but that didn't happen. That hasn't happened yet because financially it's just not possible at the moment. But I think once I settle into, I forgot to answer this in the job search, but since I'm doing an internship right now, I am going to continue to look for a full-time role after my internship. So that's like what I've been doing this entire time, but now I have another experience to add to my resume, so hopefully that'll help. But definitely, even if I don't go with my family, I think I want to go to Hawaii for a relaxing vacation because I love Hawaii. I love the beach, the sand, the silky soft sand, and the warm waters. Like, I think about it every day. My screensaver on my laptop is actually of me in Maui. So I think that'll be my next trip, whether it's solo or with family. And beyond that, I definitely want to go to either Berlin or Lisbon next year. Don't know if that's going to be possible. For a solo trip, I think I want to hit up London because I've been watching a lot of London-based YouTubers lately, and the lifestyle there seems really interesting, so I definitely want to check that out. But nothing set in stone. I don't have any trips planned at the moment because, like I said, I'm really focusing on my new internship, and hopefully in a couple months I'll be focusing on a full-time role where I won't be able to take time off for the time being. So I hope that answers that. Oh, how do you find your travel accommodations? Any specific websites, hacks, tips? I will say I'm not that great at booking travel accommodations. I've only done it a few times when I'm traveling by myself. When I'm traveling with friends or family, I'm usually the follower, so the one who just goes with the flow. Where they book, that's where I stay. But for me, I usually like to do a couple things. One is I'll list out all the places that I want to go and then find a place to stay. Sorry, that was my phone. A place to stay that's central to that location where it's easy to walk or like take the subway or wherever it is to all the places that I want to go. And then from there, I'll start looking at like Airbnbs or hotels and I'll look at the reviews. So that's usually on Yelp and TripAdvisor. Airbnb has its own review system, and I'll look at the pictures, what people say to determine if that's a good place for me. And then, of course, I'm looking at budget, anything that's only within my budget. If there are places where I can use travel reward points, then I'll go through that portal and choose hotels based on the price and options there, and then go to Google and look at the reviews. And from there, that's usually how I book accommodations. I also ask around, like I ask on social media, ask my friends if they have any recommendations. I would actually probably do that first because then you have definitely a reliable source and then you can go and research based off of that information. All right, the next question is quite intriguing. What qualities do you think makes you a better partner? That's a tough question to answer because it requires a lot of self-reflecting. I really think that I try to listen and understand. That's my main, with any relationship, not just like a romantic one. I try to really listen to understand rather than listen to respond. And obviously that doesn't happen all the time because I'm human, but I really, really try to check myself before I wreck myself when it comes to my response. I like to be careful about what I say, and that's because I've definitely said and reacted the wrong way and said some really hurtful things before, and I regretted it, and I still regret it to this day. So I think as I get older, I'm really conscious about how I absorb emotions and feelings and situations and respond accordingly. So I think that's probably my one quality that I always strive to improve. As for other qualities about myself, I don't know that I make the greatest partner. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm sure other people make better partners than me. I'm totally an introvert. I like being by myself. I sometimes don't want to do things. I sometimes can't get out of bed. I am messy, unfortunately, sometimes, which all of those things I'm obviously trying to work on and improve, but I think it's definitely made me a more difficult partner for sure. Favorite restaurants in the Bay Area? Definitely Pizza Antica in Santana Row. Their pizza is really good. They have this like potato and truffle oil pizza, which I love to top with arugula. And they also have their standout is their Brussels sprout salad, which they only come out with in the winter season. That is my favorite salad of all time. And they also have really good cocktails, and I think they have like handcrafted lemonades, which are really cool. I mean, really good. I like to get those when I don't want to drink or when I'm driving. And the other restaurant I'd say that's my favorite in SF is, or the Bay Area rather, is Sideboard. It's in Danville, which is in the East Bay, and their breakfast and coffee is outstanding. I love going there. It's such a cool, like, homey, cozy vibe, and they serve blue bottle coffee, which is the best. So I really, really enjoy going there and having breakfast there with friends and family. The next question is, do you ever do meetups, excuse me. I don't do meetups because honestly, I'm not that popular, but I love meeting people at events. So, for example, planner events or craft fairs like Renegade in San Francisco. So, maybe next time I can like post a more definitive time that I'll be there so I can meet some of you if you're interested and we can get together and hang out. I think that would be really fun. My goals of 2020. So I haven't really fully thought this out yet, but definitely I came across this quotation from Lorde, and hold on, let me find it. This is my mantra, my intention, my goal for 2020. And she said, and it's funny because she wrote this on New Year's Day, I am deliberate and afraid of nothing. So that's my mindset going into 2020 for sure. I am deliberate and afraid of nothing. As for more like tangible goals, I want to learn French next year. So I'm definitely going to download like Duolingo. If any of you are French, I'd love to have some tips because I think French is a beautiful language. I've always wondered how to pronounce things, how to express things in French, sorry. And French is just so intriguing to me. So definitely that's a goal. And the other goal, I wouldn't say it's like necessarily a goal, but just something I would like to do is to start coding in my own capacity because, I have a computer science degree, so all the coding I've done is either for school or for work. I haven't really done much on my own, so I would definitely like to start a project next year just for fun, just for myself. And I think that would be a way to let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? Redefine my relationship with coding. So those are all of the questions I think right now. I'm sure a few more will trickle in because I've only had that story up for about 12 hours. So if there are any other questions that come up, I'll answer them in another video. Right now I'm finishing up the washi on the days that aren't in the month. For my sidebar, I like to put an intention that carried me through the month. And for this month, I actually put down what I wrote in the beginning of the year, which is what I put on the sky lantern in Taiwan. So in Taiwan, my family and I, we got a lantern, and on each side of the lantern, we each wrote our wishes. And I wrote this down, so I thought it was absolutely fitting to reconnect to it to finish out the year. Declare your desires. Look love in the eye, move in the magic, dance in the dark. That was, oh, sorry, I missed one. Be brave and be bold and dance in the dark. That was my practice for this year. And I'm definitely going to have to do a more thorough reflection on that in my journal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I will see you tomorrow for the next Plymouth video. Bye, everyone.